So I have some ideas for some series I'd like to do in the future. The first one I want to talk about is Gunpla that deserve remakes. And I think we should start like Bandai always does, usually, with the RX78-2, the real grade RX78-2, because it was the first real grade back in 2010. I had to look to make sure what date it was. I thought it was 2010, but 12 years ago? That's crazy to think about that. That this line's been going for so long. And I feel 12 years is sufficient time to warrant a 2.0 of this kit, because it has problems, as I would expect for something so intricate and something they never attempted in this scale before. It would have to have some problems that they'd have to iron out in the future. And I do like the kit, don't get me wrong. I do like it because it was the first, and it started something amazing, which I think the real grade line is the best line at the moment. But I did buy the clear mechanical variant because I do like the RX78-2 and I do want to get a 2.0, but this was the first, and it had a lot of cool things. The inner frame, which is pretty much, it was completely pre-assembled. You had to like transform a few little parts, mostly like hinges, bring joints over, and then you slap the armor on, which is multicolored. It's very nice. Since they decided to, I don't know if this would be considered a good or a bad thing, but they decided to do it based off of the 3.0 Master Grade, which I could probably make a video on its own for its issues. But you can see the design is the same. I think there's about 3 different shades of color here, and like the white alone in the exact same areas. The difference is they gave you a lot of really nice stickers with the real grade, which have some silver detailing here and there, and there's also some copper for the joints, which I don't believe the 3.0 had. It's been a while. It does have the fully articulate fingers, but the real grade was something because it has articulate fingers, not fully articulate. They're kind of like 2.0 style hands almost. Actually a little bit better because I think the thumb has a joint. But it was cool. The only problem with it, it's hard for it to hold all the different models to hold their weapons with these hands, which is why I'm glad they went back like other scales to give you fixed hands that you just swap out. I much prefer that. It's cool, but they weren't the best, and they also don't really look amazing, I don't think. And now the other thing is that it doesn't hold together the best. Being the first, like I've said before, I expect problems. The shoulder armor is a big culprit of that. So are the skirts, the actual front skirts and back skirts. More so on my clear variant. And then you also have the feet, which I know the RX78-2 is supposed to have smaller feet, but you've redesigned it with a 3.0 design. You could have made them a little bigger if you wanted to, because this guy does have problems standing, both of them for me. Thrusters are terrible. The clear one here, I had to put them back on like twice, bringing it over from my shelf to the table here. I glued the ones on the rail grade. I also glued the core fighter here because it kept separating. This one's okay for now. And then, wouldn't it be nice to see Noob 2.0 of the real grade, to see the engineering leap they could achieve after an entry grade is so good. Like this is like 11 years apart, because this came out I think last year. So 11 years difference. What they can do with just a basic kind of kit. Think what they could do with the real grade RX78-2, especially when we have an amazing real grade in the Xeon. This is a great kit. I'm hoping they give us a perfect Xeon. I want big legs with my Xeon, although I'd have to find another shell for it. But wouldn't it be nice to have an RX78-2 that is comparable to the Xeon in terms of quality and design? It's just not here. So that's the kit I would love to see, at least one of many I have in mind to talk about. Would you people like to see a new 2.0 real grade? Let me know in the comments below.